Let's go ahead and get right into today's information. Today, we're going to talk to you all about the real reason that credit repair is not working for you. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All right. So, first things first, for those who don't know me, my name is Calvin Russell. I'm a certified FICO professional. I'm also a licensed real estate agent. I've helped people increase their credit scores, lower their car payments, and of course, qualify for home ownership. If you want us to help you as well too, and you want to start increasing your score today, text the word credit to the number right there on your screen. All right. So the first thing that people have to understand is that when you're working with a credit repair company, most credit repair companies, all they do is dispute in most cases. Okay. You need more than that. All right. So because of that, you're only focusing on deletions instead of actually rebuilding your credit score. Okay. So most people, they obsess over removing negative items, negative accounts, but they ignore adding strong accounts. And when I say adding strong accounts, I'm not just talking about, being, an authorized user on someone's credit card or applying for a certain type of credit card. You need to know what that is. You need to know, based on your account, based on your profile, what you can and cannot do. Your credit score is going to grow from active, healthy information, not just having your credit report cleaned. This is why you'll see people, and this is what people don't talk about. They'll get their credit, wiped or whatever, and then they try to figure out why they're still getting denied for, a home or a car or credit cards. Again, banks don't care about mistakes. People won't tell you that in credit repair. Banks do not care about previous mistakes. Okay. They care about what you've done recently. Okay. So if you're not strategically adding the right type of accounts, then you're going to be not only wasting your time, but you're just going to be just trying different things. Okay. It has to be, it has to be based on what you have right now on your profile. Okay. Now, next is going to be, you don't understand utilization timing. Okay. It's not just about paying down your cards. All right. It's about when they report to the actual credit bureaus. For example, if you have high balances on your credit report, you need to know how that's reporting and what day that's going to report. Even if you pay it off later, it can suppress your credit score for months. This right here, a lot of people don't even know. Okay. So when you're paying your credit card, if assuming you have a balance, how you pay them and when you pay them is going to matter significantly. Now, a strategic balance management plan before your statement close date is going to change everything. So it's okay to pay more than once on a credit card, but I'm just giving you all an example here. Okay. So next is, you're applying for the wrong accounts. We talk about this every now and then about how a new account just came out and people are talking about it and people are suggesting that you go get it just because it just came out. That's not what you want to do. I've seen people in the high 700s make the wrong decision getting some of these accounts, okay? And it actually dropped their score because, again, your profile is different. Okay. That also goes with credit card applications. Random credit card applications, guys, random credit card applications are going to create unnecessary hard increase and is going to affect your average age of accounts, which a lot of people don't talk about. Okay. So your average age of accounts is essentially looking at the accounts that's on your credit report and the age of each of those accounts. Now, don't get me wrong, there are times when you need to add accounts, but if you're just randomly doing it without a strategy or just based on your profile, it can actually hurt you more than it can help you. Okay. So now some lenders, they are relationship based and they won't even approve you without having some type of history. This is why I tell people, stop disputing everything, not everything. Now, strategic sequencing, which means when you're adding the accounts, timely adding your accounts is going to matter more than most people realize. Just because you added a credit card to your credit report doesn't mean that you're going to need to add that every single month. We talked about this the other day where someone they added a credit card. I think it was like with Capital One. Their credit score went up a little bit. So they thought it was because they got a Capital One credit card. So guess what they did? They added two more Capital One credit cards, and then they actually end up dropping their score. Their score didn't come back for another over 6 months. Okay. And that was just to come back to where they started. Because again, they didn't know that the average age of accounts is what's going to affect you. Okay. So again, you have to do this with a strategy. Next, you're not tracking the right scores. This is huge. Listen, I'm sure there's a lot of people even watching this right now. They think that they only have three credit scores. I know you think that you have a TransUnion score, an Equifax score, and an Experience score. You are right, but you are wrong. You have over 28 different credit scores, and that's just with FICO. Let me say that again. You have over 28 credit scores, and that's just with FICO. You know how many people don't know that you have what we call category scores, which means that you have a score for each category. You want to buy a home, you have a mortgage score. You want to buy a car, you have an auto loan score. You want to get a credit card, you have a credit card score. You want to get a loan, you have a loan score. Okay. So people don't know this. So if you're looking at one score and you think you need assistance or help, or you make the wrong move, you may end up costing yourself more time because you made the wrong move because you're looking at the wrong score. You think you don't qualify for a house. There's somebody right now that don't even know. They're thinking that they don't qualify for a house. They're looking at the wrong credit score, and the entire time they qualify. I saw that the other day. They saw the 575 credit score, and that was their overall score. But they had no idea that their mortgage score was well over 621. They qualified for homeownership and didn't know it. Okay. So monitoring irrelevant versions is going to give you false confidence. You'll think that you're not there, but in reality, you're there. So you need to do this. Understanding which score model matters for your specific goal is critical. It's critical. Some of you all are putting off getting that car, lowering that car payment just because you don't understand the scoring model that you're looking at. Okay. Here's what you need. You need a personalized strategy because most people don't have a personalized strategy. Okay. Now, no two credit profiles are the same. So when you get generic advice, whether it's on social media or on YouTube, even when I make YouTube videos, I make YouTube videos for the specific topic of that video, but I have to be careful because if I'm too specific, right, then it ends up, then people think, oh, well, based on my situation, that'll work for me. Well, I keep it generalized because everyone's situation is different. So generic advice on YouTube is not going to account for your specific mix of accounts. I don't know you have a repossession. I don't know you just apply for a credit card. I don't know that you just max one out. But if I knew that, then what I would tell you would be different. So without a custom strategy, without a tailored roadmap specifically for you, you're going to be guessing, and guessing is expensive. It's expensive. Okay. Let me show you something. This is one of our members here that's a part of my private credit community. Her credit score went up over 386 points in less than 90 days. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. She was in the 600s, right? This is where you can start getting, stuff in the mail. You get some approvals here and there. You can get approved for a car. You might be able to get a house, potentially, possibly. This is when, things are kind of like starting to warm up. But she had no idea, though, that just because you get approved, now it's about what type of terms are we talking about? Are you getting the best interest rates? Are you getting the best deal? Right? So again, we don't know what we don't know. But 386 points in 90 days, guys, that's huge. Listen, we have another person that's a part of one of our members that's a part of our credit community. He just got his pre-approval up to 4 units. So if you're looking to buy property, a single family home, a 2-unit, 3-unit, or 4-unit home, we are literally showing people how to do this right now. Credit score is going up. Credit scores go up every single week in our community because it's the conversation. You are who you hang around. Okay. So again, scores are going up because we're making the right moves. We're making the right decisions. And some people, they're all stars. They're superstars. They want everything. They want the car, they want the house, they want the score, they want the credit card. We got people in the community, the same community. And I'm going to show you here. I'm going to show you what this looks like and what it's going to be for you. Okay. So, matter of fact, let me show you that right now. I want you guys to see this so you guys can get an idea of what it's like here inside of the community. Okay. So, first things first, let me zoom in so you guys can actually see that. I know you guys can't see it yet. Give me 1 second. I'm going to zoom in real quick. Matter of fact, okay, there we go. All right. So now, as soon as you get inside the community, you're going to see a few things. One, this is where you can ask any question that's related to personal credit, business credit, home ownership. These are our categories here: buying a car, leasing a car, rebuilding your credit, right? Credit news and updates. Okay. We just talked about the other day how credit reporting laws just changed in a lot of different states. They know this information. Okay. But either way, you can ask your question here. And then once you ask your question there, you can also see what questions people are talking about in general. You can also see right here, this is literally right here, how someone's credit score just increased. Okay. Again, another situation. So people are following these things, they're asking their questions, they're getting answers. Okay. So that's the main dashboard. Then we have the classroom section. This is my favorite section because this is where you can learn when you want to learn. Okay. If you want to increase your credit score, if you want to lower your car payment, if you want to understand credit cards, understanding how higher limits work, business credit cards, if you want a personal loan, if you want to learn how to remove inquiries, if you want to watch our previous home buyer courses, and of course it goes on. Okay. So now another situation is this is our calendar. We have something going on every single month. Every week we have a Q&A call. Every week. Okay. Now it does fill up. It does fill up. And so sometimes people have to wait to the following week. So again, if I'm telling you, if you have credit questions, you can get those answered during this call. Okay. So again, and you know what's going to happen throughout that time frame. All right. So just want to make sure you guys, saw just a sneak peek of what's going on. Okay. And of course, these are not the only success stories. Let me go back. So if you go back into the community and then you go into, let's say here, we go into this area here and we go into success stories and increases. And this is where you'll see where a lot of people look 6 days ago. Okay. 6 days ago. And we're watching, we're watching certain categories. Okay. Certain categories here. Okay. Look, and of course, shout out to Rashawn. She was talking about how I was talking about her because I love the story. I mean, that's a huge deal. But either way, you guys get a feel for this already. Shout out to Diane. Diane was telling us about her situation, about how she wanted to get a vehicle, but she didn't know if now was the best time to do it or wait until the score goes up because she didn't know that she can get the same interest rate range in her current situation. So either way, we walked her through that process and now she has a new Subaru. So again, these are the types of things I'm talking about. You are not by yourself. You are not by yourself anymore. All right? So, just a quick recap. We have weekly strategy calls. You get a monthly custom game plan based on your credit report and your credit score and your goals. Okay. So that means that if you want to buy a home this year, we make a custom game plan based on that, along with, increasing your credit score, so on and so forth. You have direct community support. So this isn't just, well, let me just wait on Calvin, right? There are people in the community that started off just like you. Their score wasn't there when they first got started. Now it is. And now they're giving advice. So you get real time advice and updates. And of course, the biggest of them all, execution guidance. We're walking you through how to execute and actually how to make it happen. All right. But either way, guys, just want to make sure I put that there. But listen, if you're serious, only if you're serious about increasing your credit score this year, stop watching from the outside. Text the word credit to 708-346-5613 and get inside. All right, get inside. Let's jump into the chat here real quick. Because listen, guys, the people who execute are the ones who are going to win. All right, elite. All right, so now Amon says, how can I join? Yes, you could just text the word credit to that number. It's going to send you a link Once you get that link, then it's going to take you to the next step, and then you'll start to fill out the information there. The faster that you go ahead and send us over your report, the faster we'll be able to create that custom game plan for you. Okay. So text the word credit to the number that's right there on your screen. Let's get inside, and we'll see you all inside of the private credit community. See you all.